Hello and welcome to Chemistry with me, Mr. Fuller. Feel free to pause this video or go back anytime you like. Okay, so hopefully you have your headphones plugged in and you're ready to follow along. Here we go. So by the end of today, you should have read through this PowerPoint video and answered the assigned questions. You should have received a handout at the beginning of class. Okay, completed the lab safety and equipment online activity, registered with QuizStar, set up a QuizStar account so we can take online tests and quizzes in this class, and then take your first quiz today. Okay, so hopefully you've done that by today. All right, here we go. Okay, a few things about this class. There is a class website or wiki spaces. Let's check it out here real quick. Okay. So here's the home page. It has a syllabus and pretty much everything you need to know. Okay. To make up notes in my class, if you're ever absent, okay, you can go to my class website and click on the PowerPoint notes link, okay, on my Wikispaces website. So you can download notes, okay, anytime you need to make them up. Here they are on my website, right down here under PowerPoint notes. Okay, so, okay, every day we do bell work. What if you need to make up a day of bell work? Well, same thing. Come to my website here, my Roseville High School Chemistry Wikispaces website, and you can make up bell work right here. Okay. All right, so moving on. What is chemistry and why study it? Well, chemistry is the science of matter, the branch of natural sciences dealing with the composition of substances and their properties and reactions. Because understanding chemistry helps you to understand the world around you, cooking is chemistry. Everything you can touch or taste or smell is a chemical. Okay, so chemistry is very important. Okay, it's one of the reasons why we've been able to advance civilization so much is by studying chemistry and what matter is made up of. So the class structure. My class is made up of 4 main parts. Classwork and homework is worth 20%. Labs and activities, 20%. Test quizzes, 50%. And the midterm or final, 10%. Okay, listen carefully. This may not be on today's quiz, some of this stuff. So make sure you know the point values here, the percentages. All right, so, okay, on labs, always answer complete sentences and always show your work and calculations on all of your worksheets. You will never receive credit if you don't show calculations, okay? And you will never receive credit if you write down one word for an answer. Always write in complete sentences and always show your calculations. All right, so classwork. Classwork, once again, remember, is worth 20% of your grade. This includes bell work, homework, and interactive notes that we do every day. Bell work begins as soon as you walk through the door and will be on the board when you enter class. A normal week will consist of 5 days of bell work, 20 points a day, so 100 points for the whole week. And they are due, bell work is due on Friday. Okay, homework will be collected the following day after it is assigned. About 3 to 4 times a week, you will be given a worksheet in class. The worksheet is intended to be taken seriously and will usually demand a considerable amount of time. What you do not finish in class becomes homework. The good news is if you finish the homework in class before the bell rings, then you have no homework. Okay? Like I said, if you finish the worksheet in class, congratulations, you have no homework. All right, a little bit more about classwork. Interactive notes. We're going to be doing Cornell notes that will be taken about 3 days a week. Active listening and good note-taking is crucial to performing well in my class. It is also a good skill to have when you go to college. Almost every class you take in college will consist of note-taking. Cornell notes are due on the day of the test. Why on the day of the test? So you can study them. During lecture, we'll be using practice problems on whiteboards. It is your responsibility to purchase a whiteboard marker. If you can, please bring a whiteboard marker. All right, our next section, we'll be doing labs, virtual labs, and online activities. These are worth 20% of your grade as well. During labs, you will be working cooperatively with 4 to 5 other individuals. Unless we're in a computer lab, you could be working by yourself. Everyone is expected to do their part. Okay, no one should be sitting around copying or bothering their students. They should all be helping out, reading, and hopefully making a contribution. Students will always clean up labs if they are to be excused when the bell rings. So basically, whenever you walk up to a lab, that's how you should leave it. Okay, if it was clean when you got there, it should be clean when you leave. Dirty lab stations are unacceptable and may result in an unfavorable lab grade. Okay, if I know which lab station you're at, I'm going to either give you a 0 on the lab or mark you down. So make sure your lab station is clean and everything is put back, please. All right, so as a group, I encourage all students to assist one another. That doesn't mean copy, okay? That means cooperative learning. That means helping people get through it by showing them, okay? Because copying isn't going to help you on a test. Showing someone how to do something is going to help them perform better on the test, okay? So labs will be collected either the day they are assigned or the day after. Okay, so labs will be collected either the day or day after they are assigned. All right. Labs are made up of 5 parts, if you recall, a purpose along with a hypothesis or educated guess. Materials, what lab equipment do we use? 3, the procedure, what process did I take to obtain the desired results or data? Okay, think of this as like when your recipe, right? Your procedure, your recipe tells you how to go about something. Your data or results, what kind of data did I collect? Temperature, density, time. Okay. Conclusion questions, remember to always answer conclusion questions in complete sentences. Tests and quizzes. Tests and quizzes are worth 50% of your grade. The worst thing you can do in my class is miss a test. Okay, so do not miss a test. It will severely impact your grade. I will usually give a test later in the week, usually on a Thursday or Friday. It is your responsibility to make them up, okay? We will be having a practice test that will be online for you to take anytime before the final test, okay? Failure to make up a test will greatly impact your grade, like I said, okay? So test retakes are an option. Please come talk to me if you are interested in retaking a test. They're online. All you have to do is come in at lunch or after school and get on a computer in my class, and that's it, okay? Test makeups and retakes can be done online. Like I said, just come talk to me during lunch or after school and when you'd like to make them up. All right. One thing I want to mention, we are having a practice test. The practice test is online and is just like the final test. So if you do well on the practice test, guess what? You're probably going to be doing well on the final test. The practice test is a good chance to learn the material with a tutor or with a friend, go home with a study partner and do the practice test with somebody, okay? Because if you do well on the practice test, chances are you're going to do well on the final test for that unit, the unit test. So it's a great resource. You should take advantage. All right, the midterm and final. The final is worth 10% of your grade and will always be cumulative, which means it is based on everything we have learned. So do not wait until the last minute to study, okay? I will do my best to help you prepare for the midterm and final. Makeup policy. Makeup work is to be placed in the makeup box. If you miss an assignment due to an excused absent, you have the same number of days to make it up as you were absent. If you missed 3 days school, you have 3 days to make it up. If you missed 1 day of school, you have 1 day to make it up. The makeup box is in the front of class, okay? It's basically if you're absent, it's the box you place your work into. Okay, turn in any makeup work into the makeup box. Do not hand the assignment to me. Makeup tests, quizzes, and labs will be given before school, after school, or during class. All right, late work policy. Late work Better late than never, right, is the old saying. Well, late work is to be placed in the late box. Late work will be marked down 50%. Okay? So make sure you are turning everything in on time. All right, the grading scale is your typical grading scale: 90 to 100 in A, 80 to 89 B, 70 to 79 C, 60 to 69% D, and 0 to 59% is unfortunately failing. All right, in the front of class are 3 boxes for each period. Collected work goes in the inbox. Every day when I collect work, I put it in the inbox. If you're absent, it goes in the makeup box. Okay, do not turn in makeup work to me. Put it in the makeup box. People come to me, I was absent. Here you go, Mr. Fuller. I'm like, no, don't give it to me. Put it in the makeup box. And then finally, late work should always be put in the late work box. Okay, late work, as a reminder, will be marked down 50%. Do not turn makeup or late work into me. Once again, put the work in the correct box, makeup box or late box. Okay, restroom use, you will be given 4 restroom passes worth 10 extra credit points each for each quarter. Okay, if you do not use your restroom passes, you can turn them in at the end of the quarter to receive extra credit points. Do not ask to use the restroom within the first 10 minutes of class, please. That's what your break is for. And if you use up all your extra credit points, do not ask to use the restroom, okay? That's what your break is for. So make sure you're using your break for a restroom use. All right, your book is World of Chemistry Zoom Doll. Placement cost is $70. Okay, laboratory facilities and equipment are provided for your use. Please treat them with care and respect. Fines will be assessed for breakage. Okay, so please be very careful. Chemistry support, after school, lunchtime, even before school if need be. Okay, textbook sample problems. Okay, online stuff. There's so much help out there. You guys are lucky. When I was in high school, I didn't have the wealth of the internet, the vast of information the internet possesses to help me get through stuff. So you take advantage of some of the online tutorials that are out there for chemistry. Website, PowerPoint notes and activities. All my notes have practice problems and you should work through them, okay? You will receive a periodic table to use for the whole semester. So the first day of class, you should have received a periodic table. Do not lose it. Do not write on it, okay? Your periodic table is for you to use in class every day. Right when you walk into class, you should have your periodic table out, okay? You should have your periodic table out every day for the entire 90 minutes of class. It's very important. It is to be used for classwork, homework, quizzes, and tests. It's kind of like your chemistry Bible. You need it. It is very important. You need it every day. All right. Scientific calculator. It is your responsibility to purchase and bring a scientific calculator to class every day. Do not ask to use the calculator on your cell phone, especially during a test. I'm going to take it. Okay, so below is the type of calculator I recommend, the TI-30X. It's a great calculator and easy to use. Okay, so the TI-30X. Please purchase one as soon as you can if you haven't already done so. All right, whiteboard marker. During lecture, you will need a whiteboard marker to complete the practice problems. Please bring a whiteboard marker. Okay. Don't try to borrow markers from me. All right, so I'll be handing out a science lab equipment handout. Okay, first day of class. It will show you all the types of science lab equipment we'll be using. Lab stations. There are actually 8 lab stations. You'll be working in groups of actually 4, possibly 5 at each lab station. Okay, so scratch that. That was my old classroom. I only had 6 lab stations. In my classroom, I have 8, and you'll be working in groups of 4. After each lab, make sure each lab station is cleaned up or you will not be excused from class. I will assign you lab stations over the next several days. All right, lab safety rules. In case of an accident, spill, or injury, immediately notify the teacher and follow directions. Read and follow all instructions carefully. Do not experiment on your own and use special care when you see the word caution. Okay, so know where all the safety equipment is in the classroom and be sure you understand how to use it. The fire extinguisher, make sure you know where it's at. The fire blanket, first aid kit. Okay, the fire extinguisher and the fire blanket are actually near the back of the class. This is my old classroom. I have to update this. So the fire extinguisher and the fire blanket are back in the corner of class. Okay, I will cover this stuff in the first day as well. First aid kit. Okay, that is actually in the front of class. The eye wash and shower, that is actually in the front of the class. Okay, the fume hood on the side of the classroom. Okay, never eat or drink in the science lab. Do not run, push, engage, or horseplay or practical jokes of any kind. Dispose of all chemicals, matches, and other unsafe materials as directed by your teacher. Broken glass, spilt chemicals, okay, burnt matches. I will tell you where to put these things, okay? So, wear safety goggles when using chemicals, hot liquids, burners, or flames. Dress correctly for the laboratory. Long sleeves pushed above the elbow. Okay. Sleeves can knock over glassware. Remove jackets and bulky outerwear. Don't wear loose-fitting clothes on lab days. Tie back long hair, very important. One of the biggest reasons for accidents in labs is people's long hair. Okay, make sure you tie it back. Use care when working with open flames and heat. Okay, never put your hands above an open flame. Cover the matchbox when striking. Never leave a lit flame unattended. Never reach over an open flame. Use care when handling heated items. Okay. Use care when working with chemicals. Never taste or touch chemicals. Only use materials from a properly labeled container. Do not mix chemicals unless told to do so. Use the proper smelling technique. Waft the air towards you. Use your hand to blow the air towards you. Do as you oughta. Add acid to water, or in other words, dilution is the solution, okay? If you're working with an acid, if you dilute it down, it is no longer a strong acid. That is it, okay? So you should move on to your next part now. Good luck.